Welcome to my channel. Today, we will be making a magnificent cake called bird's milk. Before we begin, let me share a little history with you. The expression bird's milk originated in ancient Greece. In one of his comedies, the Athenian comedy poet Aristophanes mentioned pure happiness in the form of milk that birds of paradise fed their chicks. In other sources, it was used to describe something unattainable that could not be bought for any amount of money. The rich have everything except bird's milk. This phrase inspired Jan Weddell to create a unique dessert that could claim the title of something special and exceptional. The exquisite treat consisted of a weightless milk soufflé made with condensed milk, sugar syrup, and gelatin, and was covered with a thin layer of delicate chocolate. Weddell used a marshmallow base, removing the egg whites. The outcome was a delicate soufflé with a subtle vanilla flavor and a consistency similar to that of marshmallow. There are various preparation methods, but for today's recipe, we will use gelatin. This cake is light and airy, and the recipe is simple enough for anyone to follow. Let's begin by preparing the biscuit base. Here are the ingredients we will need. To make this recipe, you will need 80 grams of egg yolks from 5 eggs of the first category, 50 grams of wheat flour, 3 grams of leavening agent, 35 grams of sugar, 40 grams of hot milk, a pinch of salt, and vanilla sugar or essence. Begin by combining the yolks with the sugar and a pinch of salt. For added flavor, I used vanilla essence. Beat everything with a mixer on high speed until the mixture becomes a thick, dense, and voluminous mass. This is what I achieved. Next, heat the milk until it is almost boiling. Mix on low speed until the mixture is homogeneous. Sift the leavening and flour and add in batches, stirring gently and carefully. Add the second part of the flour and stir again until the mixture is homogeneous. Avoid stirring the dough for too long to maintain its fluffy, airy texture. Now it's time to move on to baking. I use a 20-centimeter diameter ring. Pour the batter and spread it out evenly. Bake the cake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees using the top-bottom mode without convection for 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. The crust should be lightly browned on top. Once done, set the cake aside to cool down while we prepare the soufflé. To prepare the gelatin, mix 18 grams of gelatin with 90 grams of cold water, using the proportion for gelatin to 100 bloom. For more information on gelatin, please refer to the video description. Melt the swollen gelatin either on a water bath or in the microwave. To prepare the cream, start by beating 120 grams of room temperature butter at high speed until it turns white and increases in volume, which should take about 3 minutes. Then, add 60 grams of room temperature condensed milk and beat well until the mixture becomes a lush cream. Set the cream aside for later use. In a saucepan with a thick bottom, pour 80 grams of water and 200 grams of sugar. Add vanilla essence or vanilla sugar. Cook the syrup over medium heat until it reaches a temperature of 118 degrees. Once the syrup is ready, whip the egg whites. Whip 170 grams of proteins with a pinch of salt and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice using a mixer. Begin at low speed and gradually increase the speed until a stable foam is formed. In a separate container, prepare the syrup and pour it into the whipped proteins in a thin, steady stream while beating at medium speed. Once all the syrup has been added, continue whipping the meringue until stiff peaks form. The final mixture should be stiff. Stir the cooled melted gelatin at medium speed and gradually add the pre-prepared buttercream in small portions of 1 tablespoon at a time. The mixture may become slightly more liquid due to the reaction between the protein and fat, but this is normal. This will result in a thick and fluffy soufflé mixture. Finally, remove the sponge cake from the oven. It is important to note that the mixture will not set quickly. Unmold the cake from the parchment paper. It should be porous and tender. Place it on a serving plate and wrap the sides with acetate film. The cake does not need to be soaked. Pour the soufflé on top, spreading an even layer. However, this amount may not be enough to fully cover the cake. Refrigerate for 6 to 8 hours to stabilize the cake. To cover the top of the cake, melt 75 grams of chocolate and 25 grams of butter. To make the chocolate more pliable and easier to cut even after refrigeration, you can substitute of butter with cream 75 grams. Next, evenly spread the melted chocolate on top and use a spoon to create a spiral pattern. Decorate as desired and refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours until the chocolate hardens. If preferred, you can also sprinkle cocoa on top. Once the ganache has hardened, remove the ring and acetate wrap. Now, take a look at these bubbles. The texture of the souffle is light and airy, like a cloud, and the crust is delicate and moderately moist, not dry. This cake is easy to prepare and will amaze your family and friends. I hope you and your guests enjoy this recipe. Please try it and share your thoughts in the comments. As always, I wish you good luck in the kitchen and look forward to seeing you in the new videos.